Good day, grade 12, and welcome back to our mathematical literacy lessons. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the order of operations. We are going to look in which order we must do these operations so that we can get the correct answer. It's very important that you must remember how to do the operations in the correct order and not rely on your calculator to do that for you. Grade 12, when we do operations in mathematics, there is a specific order that we must follow. And I'm quite sure many of you are aware of this. We call this in short BODMAS. Let us just quickly review again what does it stand for. We know that the B stands for brackets. We know that the O stands for off. And remember, that off is the same thing as multiplication. We know that the D stands for definition and the M for multiplication. Now, when it comes to the division and the multiplication, it is actually very important that you must remember. When you come to division and multiplication, it is important to remember that we are actually doing them simultaneously. And we do them in the order as we find them from left to right in a calculation. I'll illustrate that to you a little bit later on. The next then is my addition and subtraction. You will see I again write them the one next to the other one and not the one after the other one. The reason being, again, addition and subtraction are done simultaneously as we find them from left to right in the calculation. Okay, let me practice with you a few, then I'll give you also some to do. Look at the first one I've got here for you. 3 times 4 in brackets plus 8 minus 6. What are we going to do first? We are going to do first the bracket. Yes, in other words, we are going to work out 4 plus 8. 4 plus 8 is, of course, 12. Okay, and then we are going to subtract the 6. What am I going to do now? Which operation comes first? Multiplication or subtraction? You will see multiplication is before subtraction. So first I multiply by 3. 12 times 3 is going to give me 36. And then I'm going to subtract the 6 to give me a final answer of 30. Are you alright with that, grade 12? Let us just look at this one also. Here is no bracket. So what is it that I'm going to do now? I've got a minus sign, a multiplication sign, and a plus sign. According to my orders of operations, the multiplication must be done first. So I'm going to say 84 minus, and I'm going to work out 6 times 4 first. 6 times 4 is 24 plus 9 then. Now grade 12, I've got a minus and a plus sign. What am I going to do? Remember, I do addition and subtraction simultaneously, working from left to right. So first I'm going to subtract. I'm going to say 84 minus 24. That is going to give me 60. Then I am going to add the 9. Finally, to get the answer of 69. Right with that? Can I give you also one to try? Please, here is one for you to try. I'm going to give you 1 minute. Let me just go over it. It's 4 multiply in bracket 6 minus 3. Then add 12. Then divide by 2. Let's see if you can do it. Okay, grade 12, how did you find that one? Let us quickly look at the answer and see if you are correct. First of all, we must do what is in the bracket. So I'm going to keep on writing the other things down, but I'm going to work out what is in the bracket. And the bracket says 6 minus 3. 6 minus 3 is, of course, 3. Then I'm going to add the 12. And finally, I'm going to divide by 2. Again, which operations am I going to do next? I have a multiplication sign, an addition sign, and a division sign. Multiplication and division is done before addition. And remember, we do them from left to right as we find them in the calculation. So I'm going to say 4 times 3 is 12. I'm not going to add now. I first want to work out what is 12 divided by 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6. So 12 plus 6 is going to give me 18. Did you get that answer, grade 12? Okay. Here is another one for you to do. I'm not going to do it now, but please do it and take it to your teacher to make sure that you are doing it correctly. Write it down quickly. 12 times, in bracket, 20 minus 15, divide by 2, plus 3. Okay, grade 12. Let us also talk about using the square root sign or the square function. When you are doing this root sign, a square root sign in this case, or when you are going to square a number, we are putting on them the same value as we put on the bracket signs. In other words, we always do the squares and the square roots first. If you look at this one I'm giving you, 7 square plus 15 minus 25 square root. Remember that 7 square in fact means 7 times 7. Yes, you know that. You are right. So if I'm going to work out first the 7 square, I'm going to have 49. See if you can learn your tables and know these things by heart. It's much better than to every time consult the calculator. What am I going to do next? I have plus and minus, but here I have a square root sign. And remember, the root sign get exactly the same advantage as the brackets. So, for now I'm not going to add. I'm first going to work out the square root. The square root of 25 is 5. Yes, because we know that 5 times 5 is 25. And now I can work out. Now I only have plus and minus. So now I can work it out from left to right to get the right answer. 49 plus 50, 64. And then finally I subtract my 5. 64 minus 5 give me 59.